You might be wondering, why is she scribbled all over with markers? Well, that's because I will be using these markers as demonstration on layering or dissecting Jelly Boing Boing into forming her into a Live2d character. Why do I sound so robotic? If you happen to be knowledgeable in Live2d, I may have to request for your advices and tips on how to make a character. That's all, thank you. Anyway, this will be my temporary content from now on since I am inactive in streaming, especially that I am busy in school, but school is ending really soon and I want to be active again. But as you can see, I have to create this model in order to get out of the limited usage and such, because I really do not own my recent model. Anyway, for now this model will be inspired of her, since I had gained my identity from it, which is pretty bad, but hopefully it will turn out great. What I mean about bad in this model is that since I gained my identity from it, some people would mistake me for other people who bought this model as well. I'm not saying that I'm blaming them, because of course I do not own the model, I just bought a copy, and every other people can buy the copy of this model as well. But anyways, hope you understand. Hello, I am Jelly Boing Boing. Today we're going to analyze the layers I'd be dissecting her into for a Live2d character. Can automatically assume that this will be a very tedious and difficult project for me that might last me like at least 2 months. As you can see, it's a basic model, but we have to dissect her. I'll be adding in the accessories that I've listed so far after I'm done with the basic model, and then would be adding them up as toggles. Let's start analyzing it. I'm going to start analyzing the layering for the head. So first is the hair. Immediately there will be 2 layers for these 2 front bangs, and then another layer for this side bangs. That makes it 4. And then we're going to have to layer these, let's just say bang cap. Let's call it bang cap, and that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 layers already. Now afterwards we're going to start analyzing the back, or like the back. So there will be another layer in the back for the hair, which is this color over here. That would be another layer, and it will look like that. And then there would be another layer for these 2, and then another layer for these 2 braids, which will be braid right, braid left, braid and left, braid and right. Afterwards we're going to again analyze the bow, which would be the bow part 1, bow part 2, and bow main part. That makes it 3. And then next would be the ears. It will be divided into 2 parts, which is outer ear and inner ear. Another outer ear and inner ear. That's mainly the head, but it's the hair part. Now we're going to try layering the face. This is the face space. Let's do the neck. It's going to be looking like that. And then, so there would be like a layer for the eyebrows. Hold on. There would be a layer for the eyebrows, a layer for the shadow, a layer for the bandage over here, and then a layer for the nose. Now let's go into the eye. There would be a layer for the eye white, a layer for the base iris, and then a layer for the pupil, a layer for these 2 highlights each, 1 each, and then another layer for this main highlight over here, and then another layer of the hidden highlight details over there. Layer for the upper eyelid, lower eyelid, eyelash corner, eyelash, and then the double eyelid. yes, it's going to look like that, which is pretty great. Pretty tedious, I say. Okay, for the mouth, it's going to be complicated, not only a line, but with everything inside the mouth as well. So it's going to be the upper lip, the lower lip, and then the shadow. That would be 3 layers for the front. In the inner mouth, there would be more layers, except it would be a bit hidden. But since we're just analyzing it, we're going to visualize. So there would be an inner mouth base, a tongue base, and a poked out tongue, and then a back teeth, front up teeth, front lower teeth. And those are the layers for the inner mouth. Next analyzation, it would be the torso. So for the torso, it's going to be this entire torso. I might be too lazy to put a layer in there. I might be too lazy to put a separate layer for the collar, but anyway, it would be a separate collar for this ribbon left, ribbon right, main ribbon, ribbon tail left, ribbon tail right. Ruffle part, I'm going to have to separate the arms, but since this is just a simple model, it will going to be the sleeve cuffs, the base for the cuffs, and the outline. Same with this part down here. I cannot explain, but I forgot to color it. Anyway, and then just one layer for these, or two. One for the arm and one for the hands. Like, it will be separated on the elbows. There will be 2 layers for the hands. I will not put details into the hands because I'm a beginner. For the bow, it's going to be 2 layers on each side, right and left. So for the skirt part, it's going to be a basic 3-layered thing. I'm not gonna make it complicated. But anyway, it's going to be 1 base layer, 1 shadow layer, and 1 outline layer. Other than that, there's another layer for, like, just in case when she jumps or something, whatever, and then the back of the cloth shows up. There's another layer for that. For the other layer of the dress, it would be similar to the first one, which is pretty tedious. This ones will be glued since I'd be lazy. Then there would be 2 layers for each feet. It will go like that. Okay, lastly, it would be the tail, which is quite simple actually. Let's see. So it would be 1 base layer, 1 shadow layer, 1 outline layer. There's 3 layers for the tail. And that will be our visualization of the model. Okay, bye bye.